Namaste to aspirants of Ayurveda. I am Dr. Mangalagauri Rao, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Swasthavrita and Yoga, Faculty of Ayurveda, Institute of Medical Sciences, Banaras Hindu University. How exactly the Janapadodvamsa can be treated? Karma Panchavidam Tesham Veshajam Paramuchyate. So, 5 types of the karma, that is Panchakarma Prayoga, and then Rasayananam Vidivaccha Upayogaha Prashasyate. So, how exactly it can be prevented? One is Panchakarma and another one is Rasayana Prayoga. And Shasyate Deha Vrittischa Bheshajaihi Purvam Udhrutaihi. So, again previously mentioned Bheshajas, that is Rasayana Prayoga for the Deha Vritti or maintenance of the body will be helpful in preventing the diseases that can be produced due to the Janapadodvamsa. And that will be speaking about for the primary prevention of any of the Janapadodvamsakara Vyadhis. Next, coming on for the basic level prevention, that is Moolam Adharmam, what we are speaking about. So, if we are speaking Adharma, then Dharma should be constituted. How we can impart Dharma in a particular community, that is Sadvrittasya Anuvrittischa, that is we have to inculcate Sadvritta into entire community. And how exactly this Sadvritta can be imparted in a community? That is like from the childhood itself. Like always, the primary prevention is possible by the education. We have to educate our children in such a way that we have to educate them about the environment. And in the present syllabus, in the childhood itself, environmental education has been imparted. But how much exactly is followed? Like reading doesn't end there, but our practice, knowledge, attitude and practice. 3 things are very important. So, the environment education that is imparted from the childhood itself, but the knowledge is not sufficient, but it has to be implemented at every stage, then only intention can become successful. So, that environment cautiousness, whatever we are imparting, that has to be brought into practice in the different forms. And other than that, Satyam Bhute Dayadanam Balayo Devatarchanam. So, the speaking of truth and again compassion, all these aspects have to be inculcated. And Hitam Janapadanam Cha Shivanam Upasevanam. So, whatever is Hita for a Janapada or community, that has to be brought into practice. That is very important. Sevanam Brahmacharyasya. Here, Brahmacharya does not only mean pure celibacy, but Brahma is Jnana and Charya is the behavior. So, whatever the Jnana has to be taken by an individual for the benefit of the entire community here in this specific condition. So, here the Jnana in the form of prevention of different kinds of the Prajnaparada, that has to be done at different levels. And the second thing, like one is from the childhood, and the second thing is very strict action by the government. Like so many rules have already been passed by the government, but we are not following that, whether it is at the individual level or at the industry level. That has to be taken care of for prevention of the 4 factors, that is Vayu, Jala, Desha and Kala pollution. Then again, as Yuga changes, again the change in the behavior of the individual occurs. It has been mentioned classically that Satya Yuga or Krita Yuga, the people were having more Sattva Guna. So, for that reason, the people had more of strength and they were having more of the immunity. So, they were able to conquer the diseases very well and have a very long and healthy life. Adi kale hyadi suta samaujaso iti vimala vipula prabhavaha. They had ojaso, that is ojas was more, that is because of the vimala, that is purity in abundance. Vimala vipula prabhavaha. And pratyaksha deva devar dharma yajna vidhi vidhana. So at that time they were more fearing to the God, and they were following all the rules, and yajnadhibhi vidhana. So they were doing the havana, etc. But present day, even though we are not doing all those things, but we have to maintain our body well in the form of yajna, in the form of the following proper diet and lifestyle. Shaila sara samhata sthira shariraha prasanna varna indriyaha pavana samabala. So they were having the body very strong like the shaila or the mountain, and they were having sara, all the sarvasara purusha, and samhata, their compactness was very good, and sthira sharira, they had a very strong body, and prasanna varnendriya, whenever the person's body is strong, then their face is pleasant, prasanna, and varna indriyaha, their complexion is good, and the indriyas are in the best state. And pavana samabalaha, always the wind is considered very strong, having a very strong strength. So here they will be having the very strong body, and java parakrama charus picha abhirupa pramana kriti prasada upachayavanta, because they have a very strong body and they are very courageous, and they can do all kinds of the sahasa, and pramana, their body is proportionate. So along with that, niyama tapa upavasa brahmacharya vrata paraha, they were following the rules and regulations as mentioned in the classics, that is dinacharya or rutucharya, etc. Along with that, brahmacharya, they were following the rules and regulations of celibacy, as well as doing of the vrata. And again, vrata, present day also, many of the studies have shown that the fasting or intermittent fasting, they benefit the person, and their immunity is more, they can resist diseases more. So similarly, in those periods they were doing the vrata. And again, vrata, only simple fasting may not have that much of spiritual effect, but when we speak about the vrata, then it is going to purify the mind also, so that is more beneficial. So such kinds of the activities or their lifestyle that led to vyapagata bhaya, they were not having fear, and at the same time raga, dvesha, moha, lobha, krodha, shoka, mana. So they were devoid of the excessive attachment or hatred, or the greediness, or excessive anger, or they were not having depression. So all such kinds of the mental abnormalities were not present, and at the same time they were not doing the excessive sleep, nidra, tandra, shrama, klama, alasya, parigrahascha. So they were not having the problems like excessive sleep or drowsiness or tiredness, or tiredness devoid of doing any work, or parigraha, or excessive greediness towards others' possessions. Such kinds of the problems they were not having. So they were endowed with the best physical, mental and spiritual health. So they were less afflicted with the different kinds of the disorders and had the best strength. Then next comes the Treta Yuga. Vrishati tu Krita Yuge Keshanchit अत्यादानात् संपन्निकानां सत्वानां शरीर गौरवम् आसीत्. So because of the impact of the kala, again the laziness sets in the next yuga. For that reason sharira gauravam asit. So they developed a little bit of heaviness in the body. Sharira gauravat shramaha. Because of that heaviness in the body and laziness, they developed tiredness. Shramad alasyam. Alasya, again laziness enhanced due to the shrama, and alasyat sanchayah. Sanchaya, again due to the laziness, different kinds of the dosha sanchaya occurs, and again different kinds of the parigraha, excessive accumulation in the form of the different people's possessions also, and again the mental manifestations like lobha, desire for other people's possessions, and all these aspects started. And again dharma padanta antardhana agamat, that is the dharma also reduced, that is ruly behavior that was exhibited during the Satya Yuga reduced in the Treta Yuga comparatively, and because of that pranasha kritascha shasyanam sneha vaimalya rasa virya vipaka prabhava guna pada bhramshaha. So because of the same reason their unctuousness and purity reduced. Along with that the rasa virya vipaka prabhava, all these things also reduced by 1/4. Tataha pranino rasam ayushaha kramashaha iti. Similarly the ayusho rasa or the proportionate reduction in the lifespan also occurred during the Treta Yuga because of the reduction. Basically what happened was reduction in the sattva of an individual that led to the adharma, and that adharma led to the unruly behaviors, and that unruly behavior led to the reduction of the bala of an individual at the individual level, and community level the setting in of the prajnaparada leading to the impurities in the environment also. For that reason what happens? Yuge yuge dharmapadaha kramenanena hiyate. So at end of every yuga 1/4 capacity of an individual reduced. Guna padascha bhutanam evam lokaha praliyate. Like the entire world 1/4 of the guna reduced, whether it is with respect to the bala of an individual, whether it is with respect to the unruly behavior of an individual or the entire community, because individual is responsible for the community. Samvatsara shate purne yati samvatsara kshayam. So as 100 years is lapsed, again there is kshaya. Dehinam ayushaha kale yatra yanmana mishyate. So even the ayusho hrasa took place. Iti vikaranam pragutpatti hetu rukto bhavati. So as the bala reduced, then what happens? The incidence of the disease, vikaranam utpatti increased. As the bala decreased, the manifestation of the disease increased, and also the hetu or the etiological factors, also indulgence in the etiological factor also increased due to the prajnaparadha. Tesham punarvyapadrishta karita shitoshna vata varshati khalu viparita nyoshadhi vyapadayantyapascha. So kritaha punam rutunam vyapat. Whenever there is rutu vyapat, then there is a change in the guna of the aushadhis also. So only in the context of Janapadodvamsa, Acharya Charaka tells that whatever the rasayana dravyas have to be collected very early, because there is going to be manifestations of some change in the environment. So he is predicting that, and due to that he asks his students to collect all the medicines before the medicine gets vitiated. So, such kinds of the thing they were able to gauge it before the manifestation because of their sattva guna. Then how exactly it can be manifested? If the environment pollution is there, then the similar diseases that are manifested in the present day life, similar diseases have been described in the Samhitas also, like Vishaushadhi Pushpagandhena Kasa Shvasa Pratishyaya Gandha Ajnana Brahma Shiro Rug Jvara Masurikadibir Upatapyante. So, if there is the onset of Vishaushadha, here Pushpagandha that is manifesting, that has been described of the natural causes, but unnatural causes in the form of pollution also we can consider under the Dushita Vayu Lakshana, Kalpasthana. There it has been mentioned Kasa, that is cough, Shvasa or dyspnea, Pratishaya or the rhinorrhea, Gandha Ajnana, that is the anosmia, and Brahma, giddiness, Shiroruk, headache, Jvara or fever, Masurika. Again here we can consider not only the Masurika which is correlated for the smallpox, but some eruptive fevers we can think about. All these things get manifested due to the Vishaushadha Gandha. And then Nasa Randhranugatena Vayuna. Why? Because whatever the air that enters the respiratory system through the nostrils, that is going to get manifested in the form of different respiratory tract problems. Along with that, Kala Bala Pravritta Ye Shitoshna Vata Varshatapa Prabhriti Nimittaha. So, Kala Bala Pravritta Vyadis that have mentioned, that can also be correlated with the many of the Janapadodvamsa Vyadis, because so many people are getting affected, that is large community is getting affected by this particular problem. Such thing are Dvividaha, Vyapanna Rutukritaha, Avyapanna Rutukritaha. So here Avyapanna Rutukruta Vyadis we can consider here under the Janapadodvamsa Tara Rogas. And Deva Bala Pravritta, Deva Drohadi Shaptakaha. So this one, like again not very suitable in the present day context, but the Atharvanakrita Upasargajascha, Upasargaja, that is Upasarga, that is caused by the close association with a particular factor. And here in the classics they mention about Vidyudashani Kritaha, Pishachadi Kritaha, that is Vidyudashani Kritaha, that is due to the lightning or such factors, and Pishachadi Kritaha. At that time they were mentioning more about the manifestation, psychological manifestations sometimes, and this we can correlate it with the minute microorganisms and then take it in the context of the different communicable diseases. Punascha Dvividaha Sausargaja Akasmikascha. So, these things can be Sausargaja, that is when there is a close association of the particular individual with those factors, or else Akasmika, or the accidental occurrence of these factors. So, these manifestations, like in this particular lecture I am more concentrating upon the Pishachadi Kritaha as the Sukshma Jantukrita context. Then Upasargaja iti Upasrujyante ityupasargaha. This already I have explained. Pidita Jana Samipotpanna Jvaradayaha, that is one who is suffering from a particular disease, if one comes in close contact with that, like that of the Jvaradi disease. Here Atra Sausargaja Aupasargika Roga Sausarga Jataha, that is here with this we can correlate with the communicable diseases that get manifested. Again, communicable diseases, wide variety of communicable diseases. It may be starting from the respiratory tract infections to the skin infections or the gastrointestinal tract infections, like wide variety are there. All these things can be considered. And next is wherein Sushruta Nidana Sthana, like as I told, different kinds of the communicable diseases, they get manifested due to the different factors. So here it has been very clearly mentioned, prasangat, gatra samsparshat, nishvasat saha bhojanat, saha shayyasanat chapi, vastra malyanu lepanat, kushtham jvarascha shoshascha, netrabhishyanda evacha, aupasargika rogascha sankramanti narannaram. So here the different factors that are responsible for the infectious disease. Again, all the infectious disease we can correlate into Janapadodvamsa because of the basic reason, a common factor that is afflicting a large community. So here the different modes of transmission that have been mentioned in the present context are very well described in our Samhitas so many years back. It has the direct transmission through the direct contact or inoculation into the skin or mucosa, that is considered under the prasangat gatra samsparsha, that is the close association by means of touch, and droplet infections, that is considered through the nishvasat and saha bhojanat, that is breathing through cough, sneeze, talk, laughing, etc., or else by sharing the food. And indirect transmission through the fomites is mentioned through the saha shayya, saha asana, or sharing the bed, sharing the chair, or even the sharing of the vastra, malya, etc., or shaking of the hands, or garlanding, and anulepa, or anointments, soaps, etc. All these things, they come under the indirect transmission or the fomites. So all these things, they are the different modes of transmission for causing the common communicable diseases that can be considered under the Janapadodvamsakara rogas, that is affecting the large community. So that is about the different Janapadodvamsakara bhavas, their modes of transmission through the different means, and the different factors that are responsible through the sadharana and asadharana factors causing the destruction of the large community. So thank you for hearing this lecture. Thank you again.